Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamescast, episode 351. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod.
I'm here.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Bam.
What's up, guys? Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to 351. Mike is out today. If you haven't heard the movie cast, you would have known. He's out.
Sorry for the delay.
Yep, sorry for the delay. So. Yeah, 4th of July was on it.
We were celebrating freedom.
Yeah.
America.
So I was watching fireworks.
It's huge.
Fireworks at a local...
Now you can just buy them everywhere in New Jersey.
Like, oh, yeah, I saw that. Target's got them.
Fucking Sam's Club's got like these huge, big-ass... like
Huge?
Yeah, huge.
Boxes and shit.
But yeah, so... Alright.
You know what's... I just have to say, fuck Chris Christie. And
No, I agree.
Guy.
I agree.
First of all, you can close the beaches. Fine. Don't take pictures of yourself on the fucking beach.
There were some really hilarious photoshopped images of that, though. Like, I watched... My brother posted one on Facebook with him, like...
Yeah, like a highway or something.
Yeah, there's just really good stuff. The bridge, the Sopranos episode thing.
In some way, like... He just doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't. I mean, no, not in some way. No, he just doesn't give a fuck.
I'm not gonna
anymore.
lie. You know, if I were evil like that, I mean, I'd probably do the same
There's
thing.
a subtle art to not giving a fuck. I think there's a book about that or something. Yeah. But he definitely...
He definitely puts the Jersey stamp on this. Like, people like think when you think about people from New Jersey, you know, they're like, that's what they think. I feel like that's what they stereotype us to be. And yeah, whatever. He is what he is. He's a 15% approval rating and going lower. That was before this. 15%. Now, I don't want to get into politics on this podcast, but Jesus. Ugh. Anyways. All right. Let's get into this podcast, though. We'll talk about some gaming news. We've got some awesome stuff to talk about. We have some funny stories to talk about that happened this weekend. So, well, with Tony. I mean, Tony, you got to tell your story.
Oh.
I mean, you got to tell the story.
What?
It's completely legit. I mean, they were encouraging it. So we can go into the story here. But let's go into the gaming news first. We'll talk about Overwatch, teasing Doomfist showing up possibly. I saw that today. They've been teasing this for a while. We've been guarding. We've been escorting the payload.
Not so much. I think the thing is the community has been hyping up this Doomfist character because there's a lot of stuff in.
Yeah, in universe.
Sure,
game.
Yeah.
But as far as Blizzard specifically,
what's his name? Yeah.
We've been escorting Doomfist's gauntlet for a year.
It was Doomfist's, the first thing we ever saw was Doomfist's gauntlet.
Yeah.
For Overwatch.
Yeah, so I mean, he might be showing up very soon as the next playable character, or he or she, who knows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to classify that.
I think either way, there's going to be a new character, and it's going to hit in August.
Oh, sure.
That's my
I agree. I feel bad I still have not gotten back to that game, but like, I'm taking this opportunity to replay some older stuff that, which we'll get into when we get into what we've been up to. But I feel bad that I haven't gone back to it. I feel like now I'm at that point where I'm afraid to get back to it because I just don't want to get rolled.
It doesn't matter.
Which would happen anyways, probably if I was playing it still.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'll call him as far as just you get to have fun.
For the record, Tony and I were ranked pretty well when we were doing our own rankings back in the day. But so I wasn't that terrible of a Lucio, but I feel like now the mechanics would have changed where I've.
Nah, man, it's not that. Couple games.
It's not WoW.
It's not like card games where like if you fall behind.
I'm going to equate this to. Actually, I'm going to equate this to WoW. It's not WoW, like completely game changing.
No, man. Like you missed like one new character and maybe a couple changes.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: you would experience them anyway. So jumping back in, now instead of like doing, waves of changes, you're doing them all at once. So I mean, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
I don't think there's not a big of a.
I mean, the last season, I didn't play until the very last 2 days, and I still got gold and plat.
Okay, all right.
I went 1 and 9 and still got plat on PS4.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
I was just laughing the whole time. I'm like, I know wins and losses don't matter. It's all these other things. So whatever.
Yep. All right. What else we have for news here? I knew about this. The future of Sonic, the 2D Sonic games, depending on how well Sonic Mania does. I heard about this weeks ago, actually, and I forgot to put it on the podcast. But I know SEGA is really heavily basing this on now. So if you're a Sonic fan, like Corey and Mike, you guys better buy this game. And that's why Sonic doesn't exist anymore. That reaction right there.
Yep, I could care less about new Sonic stuff.
Could care less.
Couldn't.
I could care less.
You could care less?
I could care less, but I don't feel like caring at all.
All right.
Okay, so you're indifferent.
I couldn't care less.
Indifferent.
I could care less. I just don't care.
You're indifferent.
To me, yes, indifferent. I just don't think new Sonic stuff matters anymore.
You know what's funny about this game is I think it's a cool idea.
I'm past it. I don't really care about it anymore. It's not enough. I mean, there's not enough innovation with Sonic to really matter.
Yeah, I would just say this is the most interesting Sonic has looked to me personally in 10 years.
I liked Sonic Adventure.
Like the good Sonics.
Sure. I liked Sonic Adventure. I mean,
when was the last time Sonic Adventure came out?
16 years ago.
Exactly.
so
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope it does well. It's on my radar. It is. It just I don't know.
I'm a huge Sega fan. And you know what sucks also is that Sega Forever initiative that they started with the mobile gaming. That sucks too. Like they fucked that up completely.
Yeah. Did they?
Like
I mean, because it's basically they emulated all their games in Unity, and it's all on mobile. So there's no physical controllers technically, unless you buy one of those attachments for your phone or something.
Yeah,
like
I thought I read.
How do you do that? That's just stupid.
Yeah, I thought I read somewhere that they were open to console handheld things. So, I mean, if that comes to Switch,
it sounds like
Genesis collections, and stuff.
They need to really do. I'd love them to do a classic collection like they're doing with the SNES, where they would bring back some Saturn and some Dreamcast classics.
Well, the thing is, I think they lost all their Saturn shit, or at least most.
Saturn's done. There's no way you can emulate Saturn. It was way too hard.
Yeah.
To do that because they basically threw that together in the last minute because like, oh shit, this is not as powerful as what PlayStation's doing. We need to boost this up. So they put this shit in there. It's like, here guys, figure it out. And there's no way you can emulate it. People still have trouble emulating that stuff, and that's why you're selling Panzer Dragoon Saga for $500 because you can't play it otherwise.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll say that because this is actually done by a fan team, they hired the fan team. I have expectations that this will be a good game. So,
I mean, when you get people that are passionate about the franchise, about the characters, about the IP. You hope to feel that in the gameplay and to see it represented. Like I said, I just don't know if there's enough innovation there for me to make it matter anymore.
But I mean, I think at the same time, I don't necessarily need innovation. Like I kind of view it as when Nintendo did the new Super Mario Brothers series and they just went back to the roots. Like the first 2D game in how many years? 15, 16, 18 years. So I could see somebody skipping it, but I think it's cool that. I think a game with sprite work is
Sonic's broken my heart more than it's broken yours.
Oh well, absolutely. I mean,
looking in like, oh, this would be cool. I'm like, ruin me. I don't want to go back.
Right, and that's the thing is, because I like Sonic 1, I like Sonic 2, but Sonic 3 was one I genuinely actually loved. I remember being so excited for Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles and stuff like that. And then obviously
I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure. That was like one game from Sonic I actually enjoyed playing, and I think it was because there was Dreamcast. There was like nothing out when it first launched. But I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure. I really did.
I mean, if it's between Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces or whatever the hell it's called, I mean that's a no-brainer for me.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that one turns out. Let's see.
No faith.
Bring out that inner furry of yours.
Yeah. No. No, there's no inner fury here. Maybe inner fury, but not inner fury. Furry.
All right.
Anyway, let's move on.
Moving on to 10-year cycles of games. Because Destiny had one. And now apparently EA is stamping on Anthem.
Yep, they're just copycatting.
Talk about, like we said before, I hate when they announce something as a Destiny killer or a game killer. Like, specifically game name. And now they're doing the same tropes. Like, they're doing the exact same thing with it. Like,
Ubisoft did with Division. Like, this is gonna kill Destiny or hurt Destiny because it's the same type of game. It's that open world loot shooter or shared world shooter or something, whatever they're calling them. I think that there is, a nice thing. Not nice. I guess you mentioned this earlier on another podcast probably, but it's nice to know the developers are going to be behind the franchise that you're investing in, and that they're going to continue working on it and make it better, or hopefully make it better. But what does that mean? What does 10-year life cycle actually mean? Because what Destiny is in its 10-year life cycle doesn't mean the same thing that they intended.
No. But I mean, what I'm getting from this, and what I'm assuming, is that the main BioWare, the original BioWare, they're committed to this game for the most likely the next 10 years. Yeah. So the thing is, they have 2 studios. We know one of them is working on Anthem. We're like 99.9% sure that the other team is working on the new Dragon Age. So we've gone from 2 studios, and if one studio is going to be occupied with Anthem for the next 10 years, that leaves one studio open to do any other games that they want to work on. And this just goes back to why I'm pretty sure Mass Effect is going to be dead for a long time.
Well, and then that's not even on here, but the single-player DLC has apparently been killed for that.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I forgot to put that on there.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you brought that up, I remembered. I'm like, oh, crap, we got to talk about that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, single-player, if you bought a season pass expecting single-player DLC, I'm sorry.
Well, did they ever promise it also? That's the other thing. It's like, what did they actually say was coming?
I don't know. I don't know if they promised it, but you would kind of expect it, I guess, with that kind of a game.
Well, based on the fact that the other ones all had it, sure.
Yeah. I mean, Mike's got to be disappointed in that. I mean, I know he defends that game in terms of expectations.
I almost bought it. It's $20.
I know. I thought about it too again, and I got rid of it this weekend for $27. So I thought about rebuying it for $20, but I still didn't do it. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I have 22 hours played. I have 22 hours played in that game, and I'm done. That's it. There's no reason.
There was a point that you actually liked it, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason.
I don't know.
To play
I think that I don't necessarily think that BioWare is going to ever make a Mass Effect game, but I could see another studio taking on that.
Really? Like, I don't see the logic in that.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I wholeheartedly, like, I like to use this word now apparently, but wholeheartedly agree, because when you, and I believe you even mentioned this, when you have a space opera and the IP is Star Wars, why would you?
Here's the thing, and that's the other thing.
I just think that
Tony, your statement of 2 studios working on just 2 IPs doesn't pan out, because one of that BioWare studios is working on Star Wars. Aren't they working with EA on a Star Wars game, BioWare? I thought they were. I know Visceral is.
I think BioWare may have a couple other studios that
I thought they might be helping in assets or something, because the thing is, depending on how far Anthem is, if all their artists are done with that work, I mean, they could be working on something like that. But I'm saying the main bulk, like a 300-man studio, that you're getting the majority of those people on Anthem for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And frankly, again, Corey, what you just mentioned, if they have Star Wars and they're going to do a space RPG, the ceiling on Star Wars is so much higher than Mass Effect.
Yeah. I mean, they have their own property with that. Yeah.
Investors would be like, if the investors were like, between a Mass Effect RPG or a Star Wars RPG.
Could you imagine if BioWare did a KOTOR 3?
Yeah, I can. I'd much rather have them do that.
That's what I'm saying. So, if they're going to do a space
I don't know if I
opera,
would have BioWare do it now, though, honestly.
No. Original BioWare.
Right. Into BioWare, but that's not happening.
Yeah, the main studio.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want BioWare to do. I would rather have somebody else. I would even have fucking Obsidian. I'd say, hey guys, take another crack at this.
Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like I don't know. I just and that's what I'm very excited for Anthem. I'm getting back to that. I'm actually very excited for that game. The fact that they
got burned with Division, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna hype myself up because I already have this. I don't need.
I'm bringing this up though as a point. They brought back the original writer from Mass Effect 1 and 2, and guess what he's working on? Not Mass Effect. He's working on Anthem. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. We talked about it on the Slack, I think.
You might not have been on the podcast.
Oh, it may not have been. But you bring that guy back and you give him that Mass Effect is going away for a long time. If it comes back. So. Yeah,
but what's your point though with Anthem?
So my point was you have a writer that came in that was working on a Mass Effect, known for this, and you put him on Anthem. Your priorities are not Mass Effect anymore. That was my point.
We know this, Jim. That's old news. We already know
the
old
discussion.
But that's my point.
But we were on Anthem. Like, I'm more
going
curious.
Back to the original point of 10-year cycle. I mean, I think that's a little bit premature to I hate making that.
They're throwing everything that they can at Anthem because Anthem needs to make the money. Like that. Like, I hate to get this into a huge argument again or anything like that, but as I've said over the years, AAA games are getting more and more expensive. And I don't know if you guys are seeing this now.
Hand over fist.
Right. There are less AAA games coming out now in 2017 than there were 5 years ago in 2012. It's just a fact. There are less AAA games coming out because they're more expensive. So the thing is, now that they're more expensive, it can't just be you buy the game and that's how we make our money. That's why we see in-game purchases. That's why we see loot crate systems.
Oh, sure.
That's why we see all this other stuff. I mean, it got to the point where season passes aren't enough for a lot of these games anymore. It's stuff that needs to carry money for years and years and years and years. So EA is going to do everything. Right, it's a service. Games as a service. We're going back into this. Anthem is going to be a games as a service. They need to sell you stuff constantly.
Unless your name is Rockstar.
Right. That is the exception.
There's always an exception to the rule.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
but as far as the rule goes, you have to. I mean, you can't be blind to that because absolutely everything is going that route, and Anthem is going to be that for EA. EA needs to have something that they can continually make money on. Month over month. It has to pull in that money, and like they've seen it with Destiny, and that's why they're doing this. Because once Destiny introduced in that purchasing, that they made I don't even know the numbers. It's like ridiculous the much money they made.
I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at Hearthstone. I remember when we were at that PAX where Hearthstone was announced, and we all laughed and joked about it.
That was a big
joke. Wow, what the fuck? But it's making them hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars now for very little.
Yeah.
Overwatch. We all love Overwatch.
Yeah.
Amazing game, and it's making them ridiculous amounts of money because of the
because it's no longer and what they can do is they can sell it to you as a $60 one-time purchase.
Exactly.
And then they can be like, well, guess what? You can do this in the game, and now they're getting not just your $60 over a year or whatever month, but now they're getting like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you buy a couple of loot boxes or whatever, and like oh, you know what? That deal's. I'm gonna get the $50 one because I'm gonna get extra ones.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that one time, and then like, oh shit! A couple months later, you didn't get that skin you wanted.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. So I mean, that's where Anthem is going. That's what BioWare is going to be doing. So.
Yeah.
I definitely think all these studios are going that direction. They're gonna have a game like that.
Yeah. I mean, Corey, I honestly, I'm so worried for you. Personally, I'm very concerned for you that if Borderlands MMO or whatever Borderlands
is going to be a shared world shooter.
If that comes out, I don't know what's going to happen to you, man. I really don't. I don't. I worry.
My kids will lose a father.
We may never see Corey ever again.
But no, I have. I'm 100% in the line that Destiny heavily influenced Borderlands 3, and that's why we don't have it right now.
I'm in agreement, 100%, because like Borderlands 1 to 2 wasn't that long, right? It was just like 2 or 3 years, right?
It was really a few years, like 3 years.
Yeah, it was a short term.
And then this pre-sequel was kind of rushed out pretty quickly.
Yeah, like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
But and this was all on 360.
Yeah.
So I mean, no, absolutely. I mean, Borderlands lends itself to that like loot style, like games as a service kind of thing, like. I mean, can you just imagine, like
the shift keys that they have right now that they give away for free? Like, you could buy those keys, or they're gonna sell you those keys, some shit like that. And I mean, I wholeheartedly believe but Battleborn, they were hoping was gonna be successful, and that's what they were going for with the whole loot crates and skins and MOBA stuff. And they kind of thought, oh, we could smash a first-person shooter with a MOBA and make the same money that Borderlands did, and even sell you stuff and have a service for it, but. Overwatch came out and fucked them over.
Yeah, Blizzard
but they kept doing it over and over again.
Yeah, no matter what, they tried. It's like, nah.
So, like, and it's kind of, like, definitely hurt them because I think Borderlands wasn't what would have been much better for them to go with. But we'll see. And that's coming. It's coming.
I still think it's coming. I think we're going to see a
It has to because their studios I mean, they're not doing well.
No, they're not doing well.
All right. What else we have? We have what's this Pokemon plush thing?
So in South Korea, I believe it was, police seized over 500,000 counterfeit Pokemon plushies. Estimated value of $6.27 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, like what the fuck? That's insane to think about. Insane.
Just goes to show you the power of Pokemon, and when that hits Switch, game over, man.
Yeah. Game over, man. Yeah. Dude. I'll
they're not gonna make them fast.
Save
enough,
that.
Dude.
Save that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's insane. That's insane. What else? Shantae, Shovel Knight coming to Blaster Master Zero as DLC.
I don't know. Like, this is kind of, to me, it's cool that these indies are all kind of working together. Mm-hmm. It's like Shovel Knight's getting in everything. That guy's like a freaking bicycle, man.
That's a good point. Yeah, he's getting around.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I agree with you to an extent. The Nindy, like, not even Nindy, but like indie development community, they're very, what do I want to say? They're very...
Well, they're very cooperative with each other.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's a good thing. I like that. They do, like, support each other. And they feel like they should support each other. I agree. I just felt like, oh my god, he's in another thing.
Yep, exactly. Like, there was, I think it was in something like Runbow or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. But like, Blaster Master Zero was something I was interested in anyway. So it kind of is going to push up, you know.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
I'm interested in Shantae, actually. I think that looks pretty cool. Way forward.
Yep.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually, I bought eShop credit with some of the GameStop stuff. We'll talk about later.
Yeah,
because I was like, I probably will buy Shantae.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The DLC, actually, the way Nintendo does it, you don't have to own the game to buy the DLC. So you can buy these characters for free, and if you don't get the game, okay, fine, whatever, it's still in your account. If you do get the game, you have the DLC. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be paid, I think, or it's going to be free for 2 weeks after the release,
so
and then afterwards, afterwards it's still only going to be like $2, but I mean, why not just get it when it's free?
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's cool. All right, let's get into what we've been up to. Tony, you played UPS this weekend, right? You were working for UPS?
I played Courier. I was Tony the Courier.
So for those wondering, there was this thing called, we'll call it Flipageddon. I mean, we will. GameStop ran a promotion, and they're still running the promotion of up to 70% trade-in bonus credit if you trade in 6 games or more at their stores. So they ran this weekend, and then they had a buy 2, get 1 free on pre-owned games, which, when their powers combined, forms an insane amount of credit that somebody can get. And it completely, like, within the limits of there. I mean, I went out and I picked up...
You were not breaking any rules.
What pissed me off about this, let me just start off. What pissed me off about this was when I went and bought Amazing Spider-Man 2 from Best Buy for $19.99, which was $15.99 with my discount. Completely in my right to do. I brought it over to GameStop to trade in. I didn't even open it. The guy's like, I'm sorry, you have to have played this game before you trade it in. I'm like, really? I'm like, I could just open this right now. Well, he's like, well, I saw it sealed. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, listen, I'm not even trying to...
Where does it say...
No, he was an idiot. He was an idiot.
He's a douche, is what he was.
No, I even said, I'm like, I guess, like, the idea is, like, they don't want, like, stolen merchandise. But I'm like, dude, I can show you my receipt from Best Buy that I just bought.
So that is the thing. If you show them your receipt, they are supposed to take it. But the thing is, most people don't have the receipts on seized games.
He wouldn't let me do it.
I know. But, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Jim. I totally do. But, like... To me, I just open them in my car. It takes 10 seconds.
Here's the thing. So when we first started, I wasn't certain I was going to get that value. So I'm like, I could return it if I don't. So I just opened it as well, and I brought it over to another GameStop because there's like 6 in my area. So
yeah, exactly.
So I did that, and I got $200 in credit for 6 games. That was my first endeavor, and then I ended up getting $300 in credit for my next set. So that was my run this whole week. Was just $500 of bonus credit this time around.
I know. What was your initial investment?
Oh, initial investment was $45. I mean, initial investment was over time because I had legitimately my own games here that were just sitting here. Like, here's the thing. Like, it was hilarious because I brought my stuff, and I know Tony's going to talk about this way more about flipping. But, like, I bought Mario Kart from Best Buy, which I didn't play. And I was disappointed that there wasn't much to unlock. So I'm like, it's just sitting there. But I got that game for $30 with the Visa checkout. Like, $32. What did it come out to be? Like, it was
$38.15.
Yeah,
or $38,
it was ridiculous.
Like
so, like, I got $59.50 on trading credit for that. And the guy's like, you paid 50 cents for this game. I'm like, actually, I paid like $35 for this, so you guys paid me to play this game. And he's like, then he got really offended with me because I can't help it. But
I don't understand, like, GameStop employees, like, are you that loyal to your company that you work for? Like, who gives a shit, man? Like,
some of them, yeah.
You're
some
fucking GameStop employee guy, like, you should be, like, helping out your customers as much as possible.
Here's the thing, Corey. There's a lot of those guys are very bitter because their job sucks. Sure. So it's like they take that out on the people that come in.
Yeah.
I remember
Which is
this.
why I try not to give them a hard time.
Yeah, no, and I remember this too because I used to work there, and if I had a bad day, I used to be an asshole to some people that came in. I admit it. I was. And I'm sure that's what happened, but I'm like, I was completely in my right to trade it in, so I did that. So I made $500 this weekend on stuff, and I bought PS Plus credit, which I've used to buy some of the sale games that are on sale right now, which is awesome. Good sales going on there. I didn't buy any Xbox credit, but I'm thinking about. I still have it's not going anywhere. So I didn't buy any eShop credit either, but I did buy. I prepaid for Destiny too, so I'm getting that the limited edition version. When it's free, it changes opinions. Like the Xbox X, I'm probably going to get that. Even though now I'm thinking about this Amazon credit thing. Like, I could just get Amazon credit and just forget about it. So, what else did I do? I bought a bunch of stuff. I actually did take advantage of the buy two get one free. So I got, which is crazy because one of the games I got is actually on sale at GameStop for $39.99, Injustice 2. But with the discount and the coupon that I had for $10 off a game, I ended up getting it for like $25 anyways because I had $10 off. So I'm like, it was buy two get one free. So with that value wise, I'm like, it's still worth getting. So I got Yakuza 0.
Nice.
Nier.
Yeah.
And I got Injustice 2. That was my
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those are on.
That's good. Like, much better than I thought you were. Cause I thought you were gonna say Valkyria Chronicles and Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
So I went back today with another coupon, and they didn't have Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I did buy Valkyria Chronicles I got it for $16. So that wasn't.
Did you get the Steelbook?
Yes. And they had the Steelbook pre-owned, so I was like, that.
Oh, nice.
That's what got it for me. Like, I had
Marvel. I saw the
Marvel.
Steelbook pre-owned, and I was like tempted to get it.
Yeah.
But I already own it digitally because I think it was like $10 at some point. And so I was like, I really want the Steelbook. Yeah. I love the Steelbook, but I was like, I don't want to pay $20 for just the Steelbook.
Yeah. So I still have like $600 and some odd dollars in credit, and I bought all this stuff already. So I'm doing pretty well. Tony, how you doing?
Oh man, I did fantastic. So I mean, this is kind of like part of what I do on my free time, or like if it's slow at work, I'll just go on different forums, and one of them is Cheap Ass Gamer, and there's usually a GameStop thread, and they're just like, hey, here's the upcoming deals and stuff like that. And somebody realized that a perfect storm was forming. So historically, for the past year, GameStop will always increase like hot games, what they consider hot games, the trading value prices of hot games. Typically, anything Nintendo, any like last 3-month releases for first-party Sony, first-party Microsoft, or big third-party games like Injustice, Tekken, et cetera, et cetera. So they're like, oh, well, that plus this promotion where it's like trade 2, get 20% extra, trade 4, get 40% extra, trade 6, get 60% extra, which stacks on top of your Power-Up Reward Club member, 10%. So you could get 70% extra. So it's like, damn, that's a really good deal. And then they had the holiday promotion where it's like buy 2 pre-owned, get 1 free. So somebody's like, well, depending on how the dice land, you can make some money here. And I mean, I was prepping for this because they're like, right now, before like the bump even happened, like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 was trading it for like 25 or something like that, base. Or 20 base or whatever like that. And Best Buy had it on sale for $19.99. And if you have Gamers Club unlocked, it brings that down to $15.99. So it's like, even if you're not getting any bonuses, you still would make like $4 or something like that. But then you factor in all these promotions, and you're making like a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
So I got like a couple copies. It's like, all right, we'll see how it goes. I didn't open them because the thing is, who knows? I mean, some games do drop on that last weekend if they're like absolutely stocked full. And then somebody has posted like, yep, prices went up today. And you just see this guy, shout out to Blackbeard on the Cheap Ass Gamer forums. He has a spreadsheet. I don't know how he does it, if it's manual or whatever. He has a program to do it. But he just pulls all these trading value prices for all these different games. Not only that, he will break down what it costs at GameStop new, what it costs at GameStop pre-owned, what it costs GameStop pre-owned with the Power Up Reward membership, and then he'll even break it down with a buy two, get one free. And it literally has a column, and I sent it to you, Jim. It's like, if you literally were just to buy these games from GameStop and then turn it around and hand it back, you will make money off of it.
Yeah.
So just like...
Yep.
So I started off with like $100 initial investment by buying like, I think 8 total copies between Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Plants vs. Zombies on the different platforms. I had some leftover credit from the last time I did something similar. So the Friday where the weekend started, it was exclusive for the buy two, get one free for the Power Up Reward members. So I went to my local thing. I was like, yeah, I want your Switch games. Paid like $20 out of pocket or whatever. That got that. And then the next day it hit, and it just went skyrocket. So Legend of Zelda, like any major first-party Nintendo Switch game, was trading in after all these bonuses for $59.50.
Yeah.
These games retail for $59.99. And that's if you're paying retail. And like Jim just explained, I was getting these all from Gamer Club discount plus the Visa checkout. So they were literally paying me $20, essentially, for me to have played the game and then give it to them to sell as a pre-owned product. So then all I did was I went to a GameStop, traded in all these games, and the guy was just like, oh my God, like those are ridiculous. It was like well over $500. And I took that, I pre-ordered a couple games because I try to help out, like they're nice and everything like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, put me down for this. That's fine. And then I was like, I'll just take the rest on the gift card. Went to GameStop number 2, used that credit, trading credit, and bought like 6 DS games, 3DS games, because the Nintendo stuff holds well. Again, like I got Pokemon Sun, Moon, and Kirby, Robo Planet or whatever for 68 something. Each of those are trading in for 25 base. So again, it's just like $30 profit. And I would just go to GameStop number 3 and trade it all in. I visited like 6 GameStops twice at least. And I don't even know my final tally. It's over the thousands. Probably 2,000.
Yeah, I knew you were at like 1,300 when you sent the one update. So I'm sure it's up there.
Yeah, and then on the last day I had my brother do it for me because my account was like just on that threshold of getting soft banned, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's well within our rights. GameStop's not hurting. GameStop is going to make money in the end. It's just, because the thing is they're giving away trade value right now. That doesn't come out of their bottom line until you actually redeem it. Until you walk out of there with merchandise and you don't hand them money, that's the only time that they lose out on this. The thing is, there are going to be people that will lose their trading cards and stuff like that. So I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it was a good time. I traded in literally every Switch game I owned because, again, I got them for cheaper than they were giving for me. And, they'll be on sale or there'll be another buy two, get one sale where I can just buy them back at a cheaper price anyway. So on none of that, I'll probably get Mario Kart 8 digitally because I think it's one of those titles that just lends itself to having on the system rather than having to switch it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I even got rid of like some shitty ass like PS3 games that I'm like, God of War 1 and 2 collection. I'm like, I'm never playing this ever. $5? Sure, I'll take the $5. I only think I bought it for like 20 or whatever. So stuff like that. So I pretty much have all this first party Switch games paid off for the next year. Got a shit ton of credit. I was actually thinking about taking it a step further because they had buy two, get one free on any pre-owned product, not just video games, like systems. You could buy 3 PS4 Pros for the price of 2 pre-owned PS4 Pros and stuff like that. But they also had a sale on electronics this past weekend. So I was thinking about getting like 3 iPhone 7s for the price of 2 pre-owned iPhone 7s and just selling them on Craigslist or eBay or something. But I was like, that's work, and I might get stabbed for that, so I'm not gonna do that. Wow. But yeah, right. So that was my a good portion of my weekend, which was kind of fun because just the look on their faces and they're just. So you pre-ordered
some? Did you get anything good though? Like, actually, keep. I know you got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
So I kept Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the PlayStation 4 because it was GameStop exclusive for the disc version. Mm-hmm. Plus, I wanted to play it. And I think it might be rare in the future because like it's a GameStop exclusive. I kept that. I got silly me.
Did you get Cave Story? Not Cave Story. No More Hero.
Has been
Heroes.
Has been Heroes. It was only $10 the one.
Oh, I got that. I got that as well.
I haven't played it, but
yeah,
for
I haven't either.
I was like,
but yeah, for $10, I was like, this
for 10
is
credit.
Yep.
I was like,
10 nothing. Yes.
Yeah. I got a year PS Plus, 25 PlayStation credit, $75 eShop credit. And what else? Oh, I ordered one more copy of GTA 5 because it was $30 the one day. And that always holds its
part of the problem.
I don't care if it makes you money, dude. I mean,
I know.
You know, that's fine. So I think there's like 3 copies of GTA that I bought new that I didn't even keep.
And if you guys were on Slack, Tony was giving all this info out before and during the times you could be doing this. So if you guys get on Slack, you would have known. And one of our listeners made out like a bandit also.
Oh, he made out like a bandit.
Yeah, he did.
What his one receipt was like 800 something.
He did good. He did. I mean, he did great. Yeah. I wish I had more time to get there. I didn't have any time to run things this weekend.
Yeah. It was funny because on Monday I went one last time, and literally the manager I talked to a couple times over the weekend, he's like, "Dude, I heard this thing online and blah blah blah." He's basically telling me how I could have done it myself, but I played dumb and like, "Oh really?" Like, even though I've been doing it the whole time. And he's like, "Yeah, like, dude, look at how many copies of Spider-Man I have right now." And he just like holds up a stack in each hand. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So it definitely went viral over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was on all over Reddit and obviously Gaff.
Corey, did you get any of that?
Yeah, I was able to get some stuff out of it. I think I made about $250 credit profit after paying off Destiny.
After Destiny, so you got $350.
Yeah, I mean
that's so good, man.
Yeah.
So like, and I got rid of a whole bunch of shit that I was never gonna play. I did get rid of Wolfenstein because I was gonna get way more than I know you were thinking about playing that. But I was like, Jim could get it for $10 right now.
I'll find it some. It's gonna be on like a free to play game anyways.
Yeah, and it's like, so I was like, I'm gonna get $22 for this game. Until dawn, I was like, well, that's going because it's free right now.
That was unbelievable. I got $13.25 normally, so then 60% more. Yeah. They and I bought that game for $10 on or $7.99 when it was on sale. Like
during the holiday. Yeah, exactly.
And then we're getting and I have it on my system now. That's what I want to talk about next once we move on. But remind me to talk about.
But I did trade in like Horizon, so I'm gonna get that once I get the DLC because I pre-ordered the DLC already.
I traded it in too. I mean, you're right.
And I was like, I'll get that when the DLC comes out. Black Friday's gonna be like $30 or $25 probably.
Sure. You know it'll be a $25 game.
Yeah, and then I got rid of Arkham Knight because I'm not going to play that ever again. It was $5. I'm like, fuck that. I don't care. Give me $5.
Yeah.
Kept the Steelbook, I hope.
Oh, absolutely. I kept all my Steelbooks. Like Horizon, Arkham Knight, and
I was like, I don't have...
Like Gears 4. I kept my Gears 4. I got $6 for Gears 4. I'm like, fuck that.
I kept all my Steelbooks, but I did trade in Arkham the remaster. I had that because I got it for so cheap at during the Black Friday Christmas time. I got it for, I want to say it was $20 or $20, whatever the discount is on 25 from Best Buy, whatever it was. So I got that, and then they gave me 40 something for it. So I was like, yeah, that's easy. You paid me to buy this. Thank you.
So yeah, absolutely. A lot of my stuff I was able to do it. Before. Like I wasn't able to do it over the weekend at all, but I got in on Monday right before.
You made it just before they dropped.
Slashed.
I just looked at like the Zelda value and it's not there. I didn't trade in Zelda. I should have. You're right. I should have just traded it all.
I kept Zelda. I was like, it's the only game I kept on the Switch because it's like, I'll just keep it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the thing is, I'm sorry. And then I wound up getting, I ordered 2 Pro controllers pre-owned plus Zelda for free. So that's coming in the mail.
Yeah, the Pro Controller would be nice. Like, I just don't think I'll ever use it really because I'm only using it handheld.
I've been using it mostly handheld, anyways. Now, since the initial Zelda game on my screen. I think the next big game though
with the Pro Controller, but
I think the next now that I've finished Zelda, I'm playing it handheld mostly, and I think the next big game though I'm gonna play on the screen. Like the fact that I finished Zelda, I'm kind of just doing like a run through now of things. That's why I'm playing it handheld. But I think like, like
Mario.
Mario definitely will be a TV kind of game where I'm gonna love to have the Pro controller, which I have. So that's where it'll work. But so I wanted to mention real quick, because of Until Dawn, it reminded me of this problem again on PlayStation 4. Can they fix the fact that when you own a game, like, and I download the version of the game, I have to delete the game. Like,
I hate that.
Microsoft just changes it over. Like, it's real quick.
Yep, I know. I agree. Because that pissed me off with when Overwatch, when I converted to digital.
I had to delete the damn game. It reminded me today when I did it. I was like, shit, I can't just play Until Dawn right now like I wanted to. So I ended up playing Valkyria Chronicles, finally.
Nice.
Funny story about that game. I bought years ago on Corey's recommendation for PS3.
I still have it. PS3.
Yes, that was a combined purchase. And
it's it's like a collectible. I
never
have a few games I just want to keep as collectibles.
I never played it. So like I bought it and I never played it. So then the fact that I could get it so cheap this time, I'm already on chapter 4, so I'm moving along. Yeah, I'm moving along. Finally, that's the first.
Definitely one of my favorite
strategy
RPGs.
It's cool. I mean, the fact that I bought Nier and I bought I bought Nier. That was the only one. Yakuza's not really a strategy though. That's I'm waiting for those. I'm gonna wait for those. I'll do Valkyria first, and then I'll move on. So, but yeah. So, anyways, getting into. I mean, are we good with the news? Yeah, we are. So, getting into what we've been up to. Like I just mentioned, my own stuff was that Valkyria Chronicles and some Zelda, which I haven't gotten the DLC yet for that. Tony, did you get the DLC yet?
For what? Zelda?
No. Did you?
No. You're
gonna wait for the second.
I'm conflicted.
DLC.
I'm conflicted because I really actually do want to try the master mode or whatever it is, like the super hard mode. Because I've heard no. So I think the trials is a separate thing. Like that's kind of like a challenge. Whereas like master mode is like the super hard difficulty option for that.
Just actually playing the game again.
Yeah.
In hard difficulty.
Right, exactly. So I might be holding out for DLC 2 because the thing is, the unfortunate thing is you can't convert your existing save to the master mode. So if you want to play the hard difficulty, you start the game all over again. So
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean I understand because the thing is like it'd be kind of.
It would break the whole fact that it's a master mode.
Exactly, because the thing is, Zelda's a game where you start out weak and you get stronger. So, but if you could just convert your file over, I mean, a lot of that is lost because you already have the best weapons, you have all the hearts you need, etc. So I totally understand. But I think I might just wait for DLC Pack 2 just to see if there's anything else. Because I'd hate to do this and then DLC 2 still mixes it up even further. I'm like, shit, Not that it'd be a bad thing to play the game 3 times, but I'm not in a drought where I need to do that right now.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a when, not an if.
Okay.
For me.
All right. So what have you been up to this week then?
So let's see. I finished Horizon.
Oh yes, that's right. We mentioned that last podcast.
No, I think I mentioned I was close.
He finished on Slack.
Oh really? I thought we talked about it on the podcast. Okay.
He just finished it while this whole shit was going down.
That's right.
I beat it Saturday or something like that. So yeah, I mean, awesome game. Loved it. I really didn't like the last fight though, and that comes from, I guess, one of the bigger issues I have with the game is that I really didn't enjoy the. I forget the name of that particular robot.
The giant size, the
Destroyers or something.
I thought it was like Deathbringer or something like that.
I thought it was like a Death Claw.
The bigger ones. Yeah. I'm thinking of the spidery ones.
No.
Yeah. No, I wish we could have fought one of those things. I was kind of hoping for that, but it was just a corrupted death. I was like, really? Like this thing? I mean, I never died to you, I don't think, because the first one I just found.
I hacked both of them. Like even that last fight, I found a spot that I just kind of sat in.
Oh, you mean you glitched it?
Yes.
Because hacking, you can do hacking in the game.
Yeah, no. I definitely glitched it. I didn't hack it literally. Yeah, no, I definitely glitched the game where I did it in the first time I faced him, like you were saying. I did. That's how I beat that guy. Yeah. But
yeah, so it's kind of disappointing in the last boss fight, but whatever. It was still enjoyable. It's just kind of I was hoping that Hades would have been something I hadn't fought already. Yeah, the story-wise, like I said, it wasn't what I thought or kind of wanted. I still enjoyed it the more I progressed. I definitely think it's interesting. I'm looking forward to a sequel or the DLC.
I think there's a nice world they built.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The way the ending happened, though, I was kind of like, wait, what? Without getting
into spoilers.
Yeah. Without getting into spoilers, just the way that they kind of just made something happen where it seemed more magical than technology related. I was just like, wait, what? This doesn't even make sense right now. But whatever. I mean, it's a small thing. It was kind of like I didn't understand that. But yeah, awesome game. I definitely think the mechanical fights were the highlight. Human stuff, again, just the whistle is so broken.
Yeah.
It's just so broken. So either I hope that's very toned down in the sequel, or they make it more interesting, because melee combat just was
non-existent.
It was just there. It's like R2 knock things down. That's all it was for. R2 knocks something down.
Then stab.
R1.
Then stab.
Yeah, and stab.
Yep.
And stab.
Yep. That's what I always do too. Yeah.
But yeah. That, and I just kind of want to see the world filled with more stuff. And this is one aspect where I really didn't want to try to compare it to Zelda, but just because I had played it after Zelda, it kind of did a spotlight in exactly how I felt with Final Fantasy 15, where you're like, wow, this game, this world is so big and huge and stuff like that. There's nothing meaningful behind it. So in that, the first area I was like running around and trying to explore, but then I wasn't really finding anything that rewarded that. And I did it one other time in the game. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll just stick to the main path at this point. So I'm just hoping, now that with the success of this first game, and obviously I think Sony is happy with that, and they're going to give them more time and more money and more resources, that they can, push out the world stuff a bit more, because, I wanted to just stumble upon random stuff and see things happen. But I mean, yeah, awesome game. Love it.
Anything else?
Definitely my favorite first-party Sony game.
This gen.
Well, I mean, even above Last of Us for me.
Oh yeah, you didn't really like Last. That's right.
I liked Last of Us. I just,
Yeah. Anything else?
There's a lot more like story stuff that really fleshes out the lore and story stuff that probably you had to go and look for more.
I felt like I got a good part of this game without doing that. Like I felt like
I'm saying they did a great job with the mainline story. I'm saying if you wanted to get more fleshed out stuff and you wanted to learn more about the lore and the world, I think there's a lot there that can be very easily skipped over just by sticking to the mainline story. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that you're doing it because you enjoyed everything. I'm talking both of you guys because
we both.
But it sounded like you both kind of skipped over a lot of the other aspects of Horizon, which I'm kind of a little disappointed for you guys because I felt like that deserved to be.
I'm not saying I'm not going to get it again though. with a DLC, they have like a
and I understand. I'm just saying like as far as like what I got from it and story wise, like the story for me, I just wanted to find out more and more about the story and the characters and the lore and why things were like this. And there was a lot of like all those things that you pick up. They all tell you things about the world and the story, and they tell you different things. And I think that was very interesting. And there's a point, I don't know if you guys got to or saw, that you can totally skip over that changes throughout the game depending on what you do. And so it's every time you go back there, it's like something different. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. And totally
that goes back to my issue though of open world games. Like you can miss, like I know there's an island I missed in Zelda that is supposed to be amazing, and I just didn't ever see it.
Yeah, I mean, and you can obviously go look stuff up too.
That's what you do afterwards. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get Horizon again for that DLC, and maybe I'll go back and do that stuff then. But for when I played it, that's what I experienced, and I was happy with what I experienced. So
definitely. The only other thing I really like too, that I want to mention right now, just because we're talking about it, was the combat and mechanics were just kind of thrown at you. They didn't tell you anything really. There was no like tutorials unless you went looking for and like specifically picked them out. I thought that was very interesting because like you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And I think some people were complaining about that as far as like, how do you do this or how do you do that? But I thought it was nice to not have shit thrown at you like you have to do these things before you can progress to something else. It's just like, here, go at the Thunderjaw, have at it, have fun, see if you can beat it. And I thought that was great. They let you have freedom.
Yeah, I definitely like that. I just think in the menus, like the things could have explained more because like the difference between like piercing and I don't know, impact, whatever. Like that was confusing. It took me a while to get used to that. So I was just like, wait, what am I doing? And I didn't even. The one thing I didn't like was I didn't have ice arrows for the longest time, and I didn't realize it was because it was tied to the weapon, not like
it took me a long time to realize that as well. Like, why am I doing so little damage with this bow? Like, and then I'm like, it's supposed to be amazing, and I'm looking like, oh, it's just not the right type of bow. Apparently, I didn't realize that till the last third of the game, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
Jim,
it's
what.
You didn't fill out Tails freaking.
I know.
I
like playing hard mode, I guess. So
the thing is, like, I did one of the optional bases or whatever where you learn the override stuff, and that was fine. But honestly, the thing is, I used it once or twice. I was like, okay, that's cute, but honestly, it doesn't really help me that much. I can kill things much faster. So I just
and I think I said on Slack, I felt that was some of the most fun you could have, where you could interact with the creatures and have them interact with each other and manipulate scenarios, which I thought was great. But yeah, I definitely would like to talk spoilers about the story.
Maybe we could do a spoiler cast
next week.
I think the thing that held me back from really doing like the optional stuff, because I did like, how you could learn the story through like the audio logs or the written logs where you have to read it. It's just I think they focus too much on the past, because like after you got the gist of it, I'm like, all right, okay, I can kind of like, I've been through the apocalyptic kind of stuff before. I can fill in the gaps, like, oh, this, that, and the other thing, sad last memo to your family, blah blah blah, like unrequited love, blah blah blah. Okay, I can kind of get that. I really just wanted more like Aloy herself and where she was going and stuff like that. And I felt like once you found out what she wanted to find out, it kind of took a backseat to everything else in the story. So
I think it changed a little bit there. Yeah,
it changed a little bit. But awesome game. Everybody with a PlayStation should definitely play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt. Absolutely. Other than that, I picked up Mighty Gun Volt.
Oh, cool.
On the Switch.
Yeah.
Just because it's $10.
And that's an actual second. That's a sequel. That's not like a remaster or anything like that, right?
Right.
So what Mighty? But
I was like, fuck this character, fuck this IP. I'm done with this guy, no matter what.
Yeah. I was originally like that, but I was watching some gameplay footage. So what it is Mighty Gun Volt started as like this little free shop or freemium game where it was to Kickstarter backers of Mighty Number 9, or if you pre-ordered Gunstrike Volt, or whatever his name is, Gun Volt, Azure Striker Gun Volt 2 on the eShop, you got it for free. It was just like a cool crossover game, whatever's a couple levels, and it was a throwaway thing. They actually developed a full game based around that, in like an 18 or 12-bit style game where it's like not completely NES, but it's not Super Nintendo either. It's like just in between.
Middle, yeah.
Yeah. But this game is fun. Like, if you're just looking for a 2D Mega Man style where you're just running and gunning and platforming, this game is fun. If this game had been the result of the Kickstarter...
Is Mighty Number 9 in this game? Is that character?
Yeah,
I thought he was. And it's the best version of him.
Right. So, yes, no, absolutely. 100%.
His name is Rock. No, Rock.
Beck.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
Beck and Roll. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Beck and Gunvolt are the two characters from their respective games. You could play as either of those characters, and they play not completely, but there are differences between them that set them apart and stuff like that. So there's like, I don't know, 12 stages or whatever. Typical Mega Man style, like 8 bosses, intro stage. I haven't gotten to the boss stage, but I imagine there's like a evil supreme castle thing you got to go through. But this game is fun. It's challenging. And it's actually really deep. So they have this custom system in the game where you have kind of like, I don't know, XP or skill points or whatever. And it's like in the hundreds or thousands range. And every time you want to change something, it'll either increase or decrease that thing. So like, let's say you fire 3 bullets at a time in Mega Man game. You fire 3 bullets. Maybe you don't need 3 bullets. Maybe you want 4. But it costs extra out of your like total to go up to 4 bullets. Or let's say you wanted to make it like larger size so it has a better hitbox. That'll cost extra. And then you could change like the way it works, where it'll like do like a Metroid like wave beam, or it'll do like a reflect, or you can make it explode upon impact. You can do all these crazy things, and it's crazy in depth. It's actually really tough to wrap your head around it at first. But for $10, I'm not saying definitely go buy it, but watch some videos and decide if that's something you. But if I had gotten this game from my Kickstarter of Mighty Number 9.
Yeah,
I would have been much happier.
Different wording for Inafune. Different wording for Inafune at that point. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then real quick, I got a Cave Story Plus on the Switch as well. Even though I already own the game on Steam and I think WiiWare, I just never got around to it. It's just one of those games that's like, yeah, I've heard really good things about it. It's unfortunately it wasn't one of those things where I was like, I'm going to sit down and play this game. Just because, again, hooked up to a system, hooked up to my TV, just never got priority. But with the Switch,
it got the new console. It got the new console game.
Well, that's it. Yeah, absolutely. That was a factor. But the ability where I can like play it on the TV or, take it with me to my parents, which is what I did this weekend, and play it.
Yeah.
Just lend itself to getting fired up. So that game is really fun. Metroidvania style. Recommend that too. It's a little pricey. It's I think $30.
It's $30. Yeah, but, I think it's on sale right now at GameStop for $20. I think. But.
Yeah, definitely. I would say a hard yes at 20 or lower.
Okay,
that's what I've been up to.
Corey?
Just the usual stuff.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Borderlands. I did play Lawbreakers beta.
Wait, you played Lawbreakers? Disc. Yeah, I know he does. You played Lawbreakers?
Yeah, I played the beta Lawbreakers on PS4, and I have to say, like, it's obviously going for the hero shooter, Overwatch, type of thing. I just think it's very generic looking, and that kills it for me. Like, there's nothing special about the look of it, and it doesn't draw you in to want to be in that world so much. And it's still early, it's beta, but and there's like a whole bunch of skins you can get for the characters. Obviously, you gotta get those loot boxes, skins for the characters, for the game, guns and stuff. And I didn't get to play a lot of it because it was the beta, and the fact that it was beta closed, like it took forever to get matches, and that also killed it for me.
Yeah, I'm like, nobody on
10 minutes to get a match in.
Yeah.
It kills it.
Yeah.
And I felt like the time between matches was very poorly executed there, and I just because there's not that many players, so I think that hurt it. But as far as the gameplay goes, it's interesting. You got basically jetpacks, so you can fly around and go faster with them. So it's got a it's very focused on the vertical game as well as just the running and shooting stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know, it kind of felt like...
Is it third person or first?
It's first person.
Okay. All right. No, I mean, it's Cliffy B's new game, so I thought maybe third person is kind of what I was expecting, but okay.
No, well, it's basically Overwatch, but more vertical gameplay.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this episode. We got anything else to add? We good? No? All right. It's going to wrap up 351 of the Gamescast. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, write us podcast@allycangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter @allycangeek. Like us on Facebook as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Watch the videos we have on there. Watch them. And tune in next week. I'll have some good stuff coming up. A lot of stuff. A lot of new games we've got. So, that's coming up. Tune in. Thanks for listening. Zombear.
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 There we go.